Well, hello, hennies. Happy New Year. How are we all diddly doing? How's everybody holding up? I just want to say that my acne is very, very bad. Even if you can't see it, I put makeup over it. But if I'm holding myself weird, it's because I am in genuine pain right now. A couple of years ago, I've done a couple of videos like what I want to see for The Sims in 2019, what I want to see for The Sims in 2020, etc, etc. Kayla done one recently for this year, and she done it in a PowerPoint style, which right up my alley because you know how I feel about the PowerPoint style. I've done PowerPoint styles for videos as well, and I am planning on a series in 2020 which is basically everything wrong with The Sims 4, where I need to stop fidgeting while I'm recording, where I do like a PowerPoint style video of everything wrong with The Sims 4. Still need to actually start that, but I do not have Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm sorry. I have finished university, therefore I can't leech off my university for... But you'd think for £9,000 a fucking year that they'd at least give me Microsoft PowerPoint forever. Apparently not. So I do not have access to that, and it would take way too long to T it. I'm not saying the full word, but it begins with a T and ends in a T. But that would take too long. I've decided to go on a different kind of route. I've hand-drawn my list for what I want in The Sims in 2021. Because in 2020... as much as I discovered I have anxiety, I also discovered that I am an artiste. Does not show in these slides though, so don't be expecting too much. Not to put me and Kayla in competition with each other, but this is 10 out of 10 effort, and you can't say that it's not, because it is, babe. Welcome everybody to my presentation on what I want for The Sims 4 in 2021. I forgot to put my name on it, but it is done by me, jessemcnamarax. BA Ons, MA Ons, Distinction Level Masters, ching ching, I'll drink to that, yeah. Before we get into this presentation, I would just like to say that by doing this presentation, I'm not copying Kayla, and I've also not watched all of Kayla's video because I have a thing that if I watch someone's video, then I'll subconsciously copy them. So I limit any chance of that to happen by simply not watching videos. It's called anxiety, and I'm in therapy for it. Generations is my top most wanted thing in The Sims 4 in 2021, because generations is not to be confused with parenthood, because it's in the name parenthood, not childhood, not me, not Hermione, you. Not teenhood, not childhood, not toddlerhood, parenthood. It's all about being a millennial in The Sims 4, and I want to see an end to it. I pretend I do not see it because I'm a family simmer. I don't know if I would like babies. Actually, no, I'm going to say my answer. I would like babies, and holdable babies that are not objects, baby rights, baby girl Lisa. I would like them to not be objects in this pack. It's also not drawing of a toe, as I have clarified. Babies should be held. There should be a big focus on families interacting with each other, because at the minute, the family dynamics are incredibly lacking, shall we say, to be generous, to be sure. They are lacking, and I'm not about that. I'm not. I'm a family-oriented sim. Cars. Should they come as an update? Listen, I actually have thoughts about this. I would like cars to come as an update. I really would, because cars were in the base game of... Were they in the base game of The Sims 3? Don't quote me as gospel, babes. Just don't do it. But The Sims 2 Nightlife, they included cars. They weren't in the base game. And I feel like this whole argument of like, well, there's no open world, so cars wouldn't work. The Sims 2 Nightlife also discredits that one, babes. So why do we not have cars? You know what I mean? And in Generations in The Sims 3, it was a great experience between a parent, or not even a parent. It could be anyone, any older figure. It's a great experience to teach a teen to drive. Love that. Absolutely loved it. So that needs to come back sharpish, thanking you. Also, boarding and private schools. Boarding was a bit too much for me as a family-oriented sim. I do like to see my kids. I would like the option, if I've got a particular terror of a child that I need to send off to do God knows what, fucking Bullingdon Club. Boarding schools are where Tories are born. Not all people who go to boarding schools are Tories, but all Tories went to boarding schools, is my point with that one. Private schools as well, in the same Tory category, actually. Oh, listen, I don't... No, I'm going to go with it. I said my point, and I'm going to defend it. I think we need to have private schools. In fact, just a whole zhuzh about of the education sector in The Sims 4, because what is she? Does she exist? I don't know, because there's no fucking school bus. And yes, I feel like the whole education things need to revamp, and I think Generations would be the perfect pack to do that, and actually give my life... Not me, sorry, I'm living through my Sims again, being vicarious. They would actually give life from toddlerhood to teenhood, actually give just a sense of life, honestly. Like, I'm trying to think of a word to describe it, but just a life. Give Sims lives in 2021. That is my goal. That's my goal. Also, teen events like prom. Again, this could also tie into revamped schools. I'm going to discuss this further in a further slide, but there's different teen events that aren't just to do with school that I would like to see. I would also see more play parks and toddler parks, because toddlers weren't in the base game, therefore they're kind of excluded from every single park, and they don't turn up autonomously on a lot, which I'm glad, because don't talk to strangers. But we need more things for the entire family to do, and for kids need to get out the house and all. Midlife crisis as well. Oh, already had one of them. Already had two of them this year. Ching, 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 ching. I'd like to see that in game, thank you. Oldies also to serve rights. I've drawn some pictures of old people just to get the old cogs a turning in the brain. I loved The Sims 2 saggy tits, I'm not gonna lie. The Sims 2, you knew you were an elder. You knew you were dealing with an elder because of the saggy tits, and for me, I loved that. Loved that. Could never be me because I do not perceive the fact that I have boobs. Autism. Also, in The Sims 3, the old people with the canes where they could walk. Oh, I loved that. Get off my lawn and all that stuff. I'd love to see that. Also, the English simmer, Molly, loved that bitch. She made a good comment in one video, I can't remember when it was, about bingo halls. Oh, I'd love that. Also, care homes, because for me, I'm not gonna lie, maybe it's because there's nothing to do with elders, but I do get bored of elders. So if I could just ship them off to a care home and visit them every once in a while. Mum, if you're watching this, Dad, if you're watching this, do not worry, do not fret. This is a video game, and video games don't influence real life. So I'm not shutting my parents off into a care home at the first opportunity. Just my Sims. Next, camera memories. Right, if you were in YouTube in 2013, you'll know how special it was when Joseph got the camera out and he was recording Penelope's birthday. No, not Penelope's. What was Penelope's kid called? Kendra, when Joseph was recording Kendra's birthday on Life Simmers Generations LP, and like you could watch him back, and you could watch videos back of Penelope learning to walk. This is specific, but I just mean that in a general sense. Like, can you imagine being able to record things? I don't know if this is already featured in game, right? But I'm scared of that. I'm scared to say something that's already featured in game, and I'm just not aware of it. But I just loved the whole bonding experience of that. Loved it. And this is a mood board I've created for what I would like to see from a Generations pack. I'm talking activities, but not just singular activities, because the whole thing of The Sims 4 was like marketed towards us as being multitasking and everything, doing two things at once, and I feel like everything is such a sole task. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say by that? Like in The Sims 2, kids had so many games that they could play together with adults, with each other, and then in The Sims 4, it's like you can play Void Crits by yourself, you can play on the monkey bars by yourself, you can do this by yourself, and I don't want to see that anymore. I want to see group team building exercises. I want to see sports days. I feel like that scene in 13 going on 30 where she reveals and it's like the class of 88. But that's how I want to see. I want to see interactions between people. I want to really feel like my game is alive while I'm playing with it. And I've also got bullying. Do I want to play out my experiences of being bullied for having crooked teeth? I've had braces. And they're still crooked, so, you know, sometimes you just can't escape it, can you? But yeah, maybe, I want that option, because you know what? Life's not all rainbows and sunflowers. Sometimes life is getting abducted on your neighbour's rooftop and then having a conspiracy that lasts generations that is then thrown away by a single version of the game that apparently is on an alternate timeline. Am I bitter? Yes, because I get bitter, not better. But sometimes life is shit, and I feel like that essence of life isn't properly portrayed in The Sims 4. And sometimes, you know what? Life is shit, and I want my Sims' lives to be shit as well. There's nothing worse than toxic positivity, and I feel like The Sims 4 is the biggest, what's the word? Not contender. It's the guiltiest. I'm just going to say it's the guiltiest for that. Next. I don't think I want a separate life stage in the game, right? I would like, because I think babies need to be reformed, and I think everything needs to be put on babies. It's babies' time to shine. Boss baby, bitch. I would like to see tweens, but not as a life stage, as like a end of childhood stage, if you will. Because tweens are single-handedly the most, tween girls specifically are single-handedly the most bullied group. And you know what that is? Misogyny. But that's a different video for a different time. Perhaps a podcast. But I'd like to see that. Like, being a tween was honestly the worst time in my life and has caused such great trauma that I don't think I'll ever get over it. But it really is such a time that needs to be encapsulated. It's such a turning point in your life. And that's just not portrayed in The Sims 4 or any real Sims game, and I feel like this could be the perfect version of the game to introduce things like tweens, because we've got the fucking bear suit first and foremost, so I feel like tweens would be a great addition to that. Also, my final point on this, no, my second to last, family trees, obviously without, needs no explanation. I need to be able to class someone as my uncle in Create a Sim, right? I don't want that coming with Generations pack though. I want that to be free, thank you. And then finally, kind of into tweens, but also not into tweens, because the thing is, tweens and teenage girls have obsessions with things, right? Which is perfectly normal, and then they get shamed out of it. Like, I was obsessed with Twilight, right? My MSN status was Edward's left when I was reading New Moon, and then I updated it to Edward's back when he came back. And do you know what? Internalised misogyny made me hate Twilight for the longest time. And for what? Why do we hate teenage girls? Instead of hating teenage girls, I would like to celebrate them, because teenage girls, the passion that they have for things like One Direction, for Harry Potter and everything, is commendable, honestly, and I would like to be able to play that through in a game. So I would like to see obsessions with things, because as an autistic girl myself, me and teenage girls, we have a lot in common. We do, it's the hyperfixation. We get each other. I would like to see that portrayed in game. Thank you. Next up, what I would like to see, theme parks, right? The best thing about theme parks that could come from this, hotels. They missed the opportunity with Solani. We didn't get hotels in Solani. Kind of got them in Mount Comarebi, but I would like to see hotels and theme parks. Think about it. Think about it. So, think about it, right? Disney World, but in hotel. Themed hotels. Oh, I can see it. I can see it. And not just hotels. Not just hotels. We could also have caravan sustain, tents, day stays. Honestly, the world is our oyster. The world is our oyster. I'm very excited about this one. And also theme parks. We could have rides, kissing booths in the same kind of format as Journey to Batu. I still can't say it. Journey to fuck knows what. We could have it in the same style as that. We could have aeroplanes to get there, trains to get there. We should also be able to place mini versions in our own world, like mini little theme parks, but not big theme parks. You've got to go to the big one to get the full experience. Do you see how passionate I am about this? Like, honestly, if the Sims team wants to hire me, I'd like to decline. Honestly, it's too much stress. In this Journey Batu, right, made me sad originally, because I was like, I really like the concept of it, actually. I think they've executed it quite well. Was vastly disappointed by the actual pack in itself. But the world of Journey Batu existed in its own kind of thing. Like, this holiday world would be amazing for a theme park, because then everything could be within that theme park, and it could change with seasons as well, because I like to see packs incorporate themselves with other packs. So can you imagine, oh my good god, a theme park where you go and it's all Halloween themed? Oh my good god, it needs to happen. It needs to happen in 2021. I'm calling it. It needs to happen. And like when it's Christmassy and it's also, oh my god, and it's all snowing, oh, it could be perfect. It could be perfect. It could have a haunted house. Like, the thing is, I don't mind rabbit holes, right? If they could be done well. Like, if we could have a rabbit hole for each season, like a haunted house or Santa's grotto, where you could go get a picture with Santa or Father Winter, whatever they call it in this game. Like, can you imagine how cool that would be? And also, in response to my last slide, this one, merch. Capitalise the shit out of it. Merch, films, like fangirls, toys, like Disney World basically. And I need to take a second to actually, like, because I think that this is the best idea for a pack, and really, like, this is a way to sell it outside of just going on holiday to it. So, you know those videos where it's like, we're going to Disneyland, and she's like, you know the one, right? But can you imagine being able to watch, like, Elsa, for example? There's films about her, Frozen. 2 films, probably more. I don't know. I've only watched the first one. Kids are obsessed with it. There's costumes that you can wear of her and everything. This is in real life. You can go to Disneyland, buy loads of shit like that. So if we took that kind of premise, brought that into The Sims, can you imagine, like, your toddler kids, or watching these films and like getting moodlets that like, I want to be Elsa, and then you go see it, and like they can go on toddler rides and stuff. Same with children and stuff, superheroes and everything like that. And oh my god, this is the best. This is the pack that I want. This would be amazing. I would like to see it. And as well, links to Mount Comarebi as well. The name escapes me because I'm on my bullshit right now, and I'm so excited that the name escapes me. But there's the character in Mount Comarebi that could be brought into it as well. Do you know what I mean? This could incorporate everything outside of the expansion pack. We could have like films, costume, like toys. This is the best idea for a pack that has ever come out of my mouth. Farm. I would like to see a farm. I would like to see it. This one's pretty self-explanatory. I think everybody is yearning for a farm pack. We could have soup, horses, which would, right? I don't like cats and dogs as a pack. I don't. But I think a good thing about it being cats and dogs and not pets is that something like horses, pigs, and everything like that, this would allow them to be more fleshed out in a pack such as farming than in a pack such as cats and dogs. Tractors, especially if we include cars. Can you imagine it being late for work because you were being held up by a tractor? Cottage car, very on trend right now. And then, right, let's just take a second here, because I have recently decided that I am no longer associating myself as being English. Honestly, I am associating myself as being Northern because I am part of the Northern Independence Party. I would like to see the North be an independent state, because the North's history and the South's history, we are not the same. The North's culture and the South's culture, we are not the same. So I no longer associate with being English, and you can see this in my next slide where I had to clarify to myself because I felt shame at even writing English. Not the Tories, fuck Thatcher, fuck Bojo, save the NHS, save the welfare state, save our steel. Because I am from a town that has been fucked over by the English. Even the English aren't safe from the English. Fuck the Tories. Justice for our steel. Anyway, I don't mean the southern, I'd like, not even just the southern, I don't mean the Tory type of England. I do not want the Tory type of England. That's not what I want. I don't want a manor estate. What I mean, and this goes further than just like England, but I'm specifically on about the northern. I want Northern England. I want to play my own reality in the game. I want close houses, lots, close to the countryside. Do you know what I mean? This kind of stems more than just one in Northern England because it's an American simulator so far. Like, we've got a couple of towns that are kind of not an American simulator, but still, it's not realistic because it's not just English houses that are close together. America, as I say here, has shitloads of unused land. Europe is a lot more compact, and not even just Europe. It's unfathomable for me that, like, there's so much unused space that could be lots. I just want lots close together. I want back gardens touching. I want to feel claustrophobic, Darren. That's what I would like to see. For general updates, I would like sliders for hairs and clothes. We have already seen that modders are working on this, so I would like to see the Sims team introduce this because we know that it can be done. However, the Sims team have to, you know, for example, if I'm in a mod, if it doesn't work 100% right, my opinions for mods, I'm like, that's fine for me. It was free. Do you know what I mean? There's already been so much work put into it. If it's a little bit faulty, I am still thankful that the mod is here. But I understand that with the Sims team, something like this would take more time. I'm willing to wait for it. Sentiments as well. I would like to see sentiments brought out with more packs, also updated for previous ones. And I would also like the option to create custom sentiments, similar to how we can create custom clubs. I would like to create custom sentiments. Online dating as well. I would like my sim to be not only a half a law but a half a more in this game. I would also like to see gallery thumbnails being sorted out because this is an issue that not just creators, like for example YouTubers and stuff like that, we have the issue with gallery thumbnails, but it's not just exclusive to YouTubers, and I would like the Sims to address this one. I'd like the Sims to sort this one out. In the Sims 2 we had a thing where you could edit the thumbnails and there could be custom ones. I don't know if I'd want it to be as chaotic as that one because I don't trust people to not put penises on thumbnails, but I would like the ability to, like, maybe if it was a 360 angle or something you could pick, or like multiple angle choices, or you could sort by like which angle you want it from. I don't know, but it needs to be updated. There was also something else that I wanted to say as well. I would like to see more lore, thank you. But yes, all in all, that is everything that I have for this video. It's been a barrel of laughs. Thank you all for watching. I've had a coffee and I'm feeling quite chaotic. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you would like to see in 2021. Let me know what you think of my theme park pack because I think that's the best idea that has ever graced the Sims team. So if they want to use that idea, just DM me, babe. Just DM me. Just DM me. Just let me know. Just let me know. That is the best fucking pack idea to ever come out with the Sims franchise though, and if they don't use it, I'm sorry, but they're a fool. I also have a new channel where I do variety content. That's linked at the end. Subscribe to there if you would like to. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, bitch.